makes you think a second, if it makes your heart swell up a little bit, if it makes you take a quiet moment for a walk, I gotta check in with him and he... what the hell is it? Let's have some fun with it though, and let's
Welcome to the service, y'all. Welcome to the service. We got a nice little spiritual chat for y'all today. Got a nice little spiritual chat for the community. Steven just put out a video, so we'll be talking about that. We got to do a full discussion on that, don't we? But before we get into that, make sure you get funky with the music. Hit the likes, hit the subscribe. And remember that we are here to raise the vibration. We're here to raise the vibration. Come inside to my ashram. There you can see it. This is my ashram. Look at it. Look at it. I will look upon it with you. Look at it. So beautiful. That's where I'm streaming from, actually. That's where I'm streaming from. I'm here from the ashram. Direct channel into the community. Every morning, 10:10 to 11:11. Come on in, y'all. Come on in, and let's all just raise the vibration, shall we? Let me hit one bell. Let's raise the vibration. It's crazy how people don't understand that, like, yeah, like I had a podcast with Steven, and then they're like, and now you've become a fake guru, and you have an ashram, and you have a meditation bus. Then are you not just a fake guru? And I'm like, idiot. That's how you know I'm a real guru, is because I'm pretending. It's like I'm so casual about, you know what I mean? It's like a living satire. I'm like living in a satirical ashram, but because it's satirical, that makes it the realest and the best ashram. It actually makes it better, because all the people that are really trying to start things, they are kind of scammy. Whereas because this is like silly, it's actually not scammy. It's so opposite world. People don't get it. There's like angry comments from people that watched when we were with Coffeezilla, and they're like, "No, you've become a fake guru. How could you do this? I'm going to tell Steven right away." And then it's like, dude, you know, he told me to get these graphics. Steven was like, "You got to get the graphics, bro. Let's get you some graphics on the channel." These graphics are all Steven. This is all Coffeezilla. I mean, I feel like we influenced each other. The whole film noir thing that he does, I feel like I told him a lot about that on the show. And there's old episodes you can listen to. And they're on this channel. Isn't that weird? What a strange new culture we are in. Welcome to the service, everybody. Thank you for coming. And the fact that you are here, guess what? Guess what that makes you? Guess what that makes you? It makes you...
Yeah, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
That is correct. That is correct. We are all just little buttercups of God. And I'm God's little buttercup, and you're my little buttercup. And then you're also God's, too. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's so weird. It's like some people think that God's looking at you like, "What are you doing, masturbating again? Oh, you're masturbating. Come here. Let me make a note." Some people think God is that. That's what God is. That God's just a guy like, masturbating again? Okay, let me make a note. Let's add that. That's number 26 this week. A lot of masturbating. That's what some people think God is some kind of like a counter. He's there. He just pops up there when you're doing it, and he's like, "I see you." But what I mean is, I'm obviously exaggerating. Metaphorically, people are seeing God as this character in the sky that's like mad at us, that wants us to suffer, that wants us to live in fear and negativity. And that's a low vibration, people. That's a low vibration. That's what we're here to correct. We're here to raise the vibration here on the drip. It's really like a drip of source. It's a drip of source energy coming in, charging up your day. So thanks for coming in, everyone. That's what we do here. We raise the vibration. It's got a beautiful service for everyone today. Today we're going to be talking about some of the most righteous karmas in the society done by our good friend Coffeezilla, friend of the channel, really godfather of the channel. You could say like a godfather of the channel. He really is the one who said you got to get the graphics, Amish. It's Coffeezilla. He's like, you got to get the graphics, baby. This is all him. And then I feel like I influenced him to go like film noir though. And I see it in the videos every time he start. I'm like, look at that. Every time I start one of his videos, I'm like, I wrote that. Every time I start one of his videos, I'm like, hold on, let's start it. I'll tell you in real time. I exposed a $5 million scam, so show it. Oh, that's our congregation real quick. Listen, we're going to come to the congregation in a second, but first let's review this opening, and let me tell you how much of these things that I came up with. And I'm very proud of myself.
I uncovered a $500 million Ponzi scheme. And by the end of this 3-part series, we will expose offshore money laundering, fraud, and confront the man behind it all.
Yeah, I get arrested. And then
This guy's legit scumbag. It's like behind a complicated scam, you just have a guy that's like, yeah, fuck you, piece of shit. But then all the underlings are so polite, and they're like, yeah, well, no, it's not a Ponzi. It's just a little company that we made, and you can buy, and it's an investment firm, and you buy into it, and the stocks are just going up. They're going up and up and up. That's all it is. That's like the underlings. But then he shows, when you finally see the main guy, the main boss, he's just like a scumbag. Great video.
then what? I win because they're dead.
Like, that's the kind of shit. He just talks like that all the time. So it's like him at the top, but then it is a little bit like, sorry to get political already, but it is a little bit like how people say the deep state is. It's like the deep state, that's what it is. It's like you have a bunch of like, it's like these trans-friendly Democrats, these like gay-friendly Democrats on the front, and then the guy behind them is like, you fucking tell them, you get it done. We're taking more money for military. We got to bomb them. We got to kill them. We got to put these blacks in jail. It's like, that's deep state. And you can see, it's almost like, but in this game of life, it really is like, we're all actually playing the same dance. So you can see these like similarities in different communities. The politicians, it's a very similar dynamic and like power system. You know, they just got to do they just go where the money is. Like, they can't help it. And then these guys, it's the same thing. It's like you have this really polite, nice veneer, and then this piece of shit in the back. But the other people are like these charming motivational speakers. That's what I loved about it.
Before we do that, let's start at the beginning. After my Logan Paul investigation, I was bored. And I'd been drinking a little too much.
That's it, Coffee. I'm cutting you off. You've had way too much.
Why?
I don't think he drinks too much. I think he's trying to be more rock and roll for the thing. He's trying to go more rock and roll with it. Maybe one day he drank. I can't imagine. He works too much. How is he drinking like that? He just works too much, the guy. I gotta ask him this. We'll have him on the show in a couple of weeks probably. It is his karmas.
I just needed a new case.
This, I gotta say, this is heavily influenced by me. I swear to God, I got him into this shit. And you know what I love about it? I love taking credit. You know what I mean? I don't mind taking credit because I know it's righteous. I told it, I was like, you got to go film noir with it. It's like their whole design aesthetic. It's just so classic. And it sets you up as the star because the lighting, they do these dark, like hard lighting things on it. It's all like this cinematography of film noir. But here's the thing. It's not just him. The whole community. I feel like Michael Scott. Remember in The Office where Michael Scott, where like the guy tells this guy a joke? No, what does he do? He can't make the guy laugh that he's with. This guy makes everyone laugh, but then he can't make him laugh. But then at the end of the episode, he gives a presentation, and one of the jokes that he told the guy tells on stage, and then everyone laughs, and then Michael Scott's like, I basically made everyone laugh. That's what I feel like with this film noir thing. Like, so he did it first, obviously. He actually convinced us to do it. So even our digital ashram has this similar, like this proto-punk, neon, futuristic, cyberpunk theme, the look, the aesthetic, whatever. But then everyone, all the new people in the whole community, you know community, Scott Schaefer. We're going to review one of Scott Schaefer's videos next. Big YouTuber in the community, calling out scams. Scott Schaefer's videos, also, he's got the background. You see how the community is working? It's a community. It's all because of me. And also Duke and Don. If we watch Duke and Don's intro, he's driving the car, he's got the neon, it's that neon cyberpunk post-apocalyptic noir futuristic look that really I helped to establish in the community. This is great. Let me see.
Website pulled up here, and it says they're gonna maximize your financial potential and claim that in 3 years they made returns of
I just want to show you this guy.
this hedge fund.
Just what a great, this Mike Sims guy. This is what I mean when I say like there's a psycho at the top. This is how this scam is a microcosm of the world though. This is how the whole world works. It's like there's a right psycho in the back. And then they're telling, and sometimes they're able to put on a mask and come to the public and be like, hey everyone, I just want to, my daughter, she made me a cake today. And she said, Daddy, have this cake. And as I was taking the cake, I was thinking about family and how much I want you guys to be part of my family and bye. Like, it's like something like that. It's like some people can turn it on and off. They can come in with the daughter story. They can come in with like, when I was 8 years old, my sister, she almost passed away. Actually, when I did a play, I called it the dead sister technique. I called it this dead sister technique where I was playing this sociopath. And basically in the play, I had this technique. It's called it's a dead sister technique. It's basically where you're trying to close a sale and you can't close the sale on a person, right? You're trying to get them to join your pyramid scheme. You're trying to get them to buy the success class $10,000 gold platinum package. You got to close them. And they're showing some kind of resistance, right? And you got to let them know that, hey, I'm going to take you to God. But here's how you take them. You have to get them emotionally. So then the dead sister technique is where at that moment, you have to, at that last minute resistance, they call it in sales, you have to come in with like, can I tell you a story? Like when you're trying to close the deal and they go, nah, I got to talk to my wife. I got to go. I got to whatever. That's where you go, can I tell you a story? When I was 8 years old, I had a sister and we were out playing in the field. The sun was up, the dandelions, everything is beautiful, beautiful day. The sunflowers, dandelions, the sun, it was a beautiful day. We stopped, I remember, at a store before that, and she wanted to buy something. And I said, don't buy it. I said, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to let this guy tell me to buy it. And then we went out there, and the thing that she wanted, then she was playing near the street because I didn't buy her the kite that she wanted. Then she would have been in the field, but she wasn't in the field. She was out she was just playing in the street, running around near the street. I said, baby, I said, come on, sis, come on back in over here. And I was thinking I should have bought the kite. Then as I'm looking over, boom, hit by a truck. She's dead because I didn't buy. And I don't want you to make the same mistake that I did and not buy today. Let's close this deal, pal. Let's close it. For Pooja. Close it for Pooja. Oh, God. Pooja. I should have bought the kite. I should have bought the kite, Pooja. Go ahead, sign it. Yeah, Pooja. I should have bought the kite, Pooja. My little sister. Something like that. You close the deal. Sometimes the psycho can play both. Anyway, the whole point of that tangent was to say that in this case, the psycho has these losers under him. And this is the real damage. Our whole society is like this. It's crazy.
Invested in was your hedge fund.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And it's so crazy. I'm just learning what it is.
Yes.
Only because when you started talking about it, I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But I trusted it only
Correct.
because I trusted your company and I trusted all the other people that invested, all my
Correct.
friends. And it was like a little fear of loss. Like, y'all not going to get this bro without me.
Right.
So hedge fund,
Yeah.
I'm up 60%, which is maybe in 2 months, month and a half?
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts. All right.
And then, like I said, that's one of the quote unquote higher risk strategies.
Right. So it is a higher risk?
It is.
But y'all haven't lost in that long.
We haven't. There are losing days, but no losing months.
Now this all sounds
That's so smart. That's my favorite line, dude. There's losing days. Listen, sometimes when people are like, they think you're running a scam, you almost got to say one thing that's like self-deprecating. Listen, there's bad days. We all get bad days. Never seen a bad month. It's just, it calms everything. What a genius, dude. Let's go to the comment congregation. How does everyone feel about this? How does everybody feel in your hearts right now about this? Hold on. Bam. You see that, people? Every single day we are getting one step closer to God. Look how quickly these comments came up. Look how quickly I can scene transition. And I'm not paying StreamYard our money. Your money goes to me. So make sure you support this beautiful digital ashram. And if any of you think that I'm running some kind of scam here, let me just tell you that it was CoffeeZilla's idea. You know, so if this turns out to be a scam, I'm going to say, hey, man, he coached me in. I'm going to be like, Steven, he said, start an ashram. He said, you have to do it. Oh, God, I didn't want to scam those people, but Steven made me do it. He made me do it. And the thing is that I probably there's a phone call for sure, but there's definitely text messages saying, hey, man, I want to see some better graphics, baby. He's like, you got to go HD and put some graphics. Make a little, you know what I mean? Make a little digital ashram for yourself. Why don't you do that? Why don't you make a little digital ashram for your community? So that when they come, they can see that you're not just channeling it. You know what I'm saying? You got a little pizzazz. And actually, Rewind Cat is saying, he sent me like a little pre-model of how he's going to do our intro. He's going to pull out some more graphics out of this thing, out of this Blender file. So looking forward to that. I'm very excited, actually. But listen, if you're watching this, you are on the ground floor of a very exciting spiritual opportunity. We are building a digital ashram, a church of loving kindness, and it's going to take all of your love and support to build it. And guess what, everybody?
Yeah, we're just a little buttercup.
We are just a little buttercup, aren't we? Especially just in consciousness. Great topic yesterday. That was fantastic. The digital ashram gives cyberpunk church vibes. Love the visuals. Yeah, no, the visuals. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm so proud of myself. I basically told Steven, you got to go film noir route. I was like, you got to go the film noir route. You're going to love it. It's very cinematic. It's beautifully shot. It just shows like what, you know, it shows prowess as a filmmaker. It's a beautiful like aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a detective. That's the thing. I'm like, you're a detective. You got to go the film noir on the detective. Yeah, I'm the one who told him about that. That's fine. I'll take credit for it. It's okay. It's okay. I love that though. I'm happy. Listen, I'm happy. I love that. I love the influence that was able to go through. Let's talk about Scott Schaefer though. I do want to talk about but how's everybody doing out there in the community? How's everybody doing? We got Nichama Gluck, 33 souls here. God is great. Yes, of course. Cody, hello. Dank, Nabil, Jackknife, Yemi Osniel. Yemi Osniel, you changed your name or you have a new channel? You made another channel. Well, guess what, pal?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
That is correcto mundo. Correcto mundo. Let's take a look at this. I do want to talk about this Matthew McConaughey. Man, what a weirdo, Matthew McConaughey. This Scott Schaefer video. Okay, let's watch this one.
Successful get-rich-quick guru.
Look at the background. This is what I was saying. The film noir background. It's beautiful.
Just got slapped with a $1.2 million fine for promoting a scammy business to his audience.
He just has to get the color light. You know what light you got to get, brother? It's called the... it's called the MCA. It's like the MCA... It's just such a cute little light. It's like a little baby like this. You know what I'm saying? And then basically whatever the background shit is, you can make that color pop onto your face, right? Not that we need it. We are here in the ashram, but you know, for up and coming, you know, it's a great little tool to have. It's a little hack, as we say in the business. And this is definitely something that Steven was like, you got to get the light, baby. Give yourself a little, you know what I mean? Make it beautiful for the community. Raise their vibration with the beauty. No, but this is actually a great background. This is fantastic. Honestly, no, sometimes with Steven, I'm like, just chill with all that. Like, I do appreciate this too. It's good. It's like he does get like the point out quick, and it's a great channel. It's actually very well written because he has the sense to hit all the right points, you know? And I feel like that is like a big part of the art is like hitting all the points and hitting like of just keeping out all the garbage and hitting the points that are like, oh my god, oh my god. Anyway, this video, I highly recommend it, and it is basically about Matthew McConaughey. It's so silly that Matthew McConaughey joins this guy.
$2 million.
Matthew
for his
McConaughey's
part in the Nudge seminar.
basically joining a pyramid scheme. Basically joining like a sales success called pyramid scheme, Dan Graziosi's. I can't, why do these sinners walk free? That's why it's so good that we have multiple people in our community. We have the Scott Schaefer's putting out shit. We have the cinematic, like, basically, yeah, CoffeeZilla is basically the king. You know, you could say, and he's really showing it in his, he's like, I will do it will be a full scene with acting and scripted, and it will be, you know, whatever. But then you need the info going out every day, too. And there's just different communities. There's so many communities, right? I think I'm more of a discussion channel, but I also want to go spiritual in the next little bit. I do want to cover more spiritual gurus. I actually found a great pastor today who has a sermon on Pokemon. And I think it's a very powerful guru review. And I think guru review is going to be a daily bit for us. We got to do guru review every day. So, you know, it's like there's all different flavors, all different types of creation in God's infinite system that we're in.
While it's a lot of money for most people, it's only a fraction of the $10 million Dean earned from affiliate payments promoting Nudge, according to the lawsuit. Now,
I want to know what this business Nudge is, though. He's talking about Nudge. I got to find a video on Nudge, because it just sounds like such a dumb scam business. Dean Graziosi's selling it, and now Matthew McConaughey, through the angle of, like, because, you know, McConaughey is like a hustle culture guy. Now he's getting in with the idiot scams. Matthew McConaughey, it's not righteous, brother, and it needs to stop.
Dean Graziosi and Scott Yancey, the two biggest celebrities attached to Nudge, received a bunch of backlash for promoting this company. Both Dean and Scott made every attempt to cover up their connection to the scam, with Dean releasing a video titled Online Gurus Exposed, where he tried
these sinners! These sinners! Do you see how they sin? They call you the fake guru. I can't believe this shit. It's ridiculous, man. This guy, he's already got a video calling out Stephen. But he doesn't say his name. He kind of goes like, you know, there's someone in the community saying that someone is doing a bad thing. Well, guess what? They're the sinners. He's trying to do an attack on Stephen. But this is... I love this. I love this. Whenever they have to do it. It's like, you're a con artist. You're basically studying like how to go viral on YouTube, and you're like, what's going viral? Scam guru call out. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's write 5 of those. Yep. And now they're just gonna plug it into Chat GPT. They're just gonna be. It's gonna be literally a scam guru. Chat GPT, write me a video teaching people not to get scammed, but then at the end of it, make sure that all the points relate to not getting scammed and then buying my scam. I mean business. Buying into my business. That's what it is. You have to do it. Feeling stuck. It's like, just look at this is like the standard, but this is the problem with these sinners, is they do work hard. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy, he's doing all the shit that I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be putting up videos like this. You are not alone. That's a good video title. That's a good title and a card. And I bet if I was smiling and if we had the ashram in the background, if we had our digital ashram, our Church of Loving Kindness in the background, I bet that would make a good thumbnail for us. Because there's probably people in the world that are like, I feel very lonely right now. But I'm not doing it. This sinner's doing it. And he's not interested in you not being lonely. He wants you to buy his stupid business. Come on, guys.
Guys who play the good guy and help people avoid scams.
Sinners.
All the while
It's like, I want to do a video about like feeling lonely. I want to genuinely do it. And I won't sell you a scam after. And yet, you know, we're going to have to add it to the topics. We'll have to do it tomorrow or something. So I got to do a sermon on loneliness. I already got a sermon on anger that we got to do ongoing for Sophia Gibson. Let me write this down. I got to write this shit down. Someone's got to give me notes. I need notes. I need time codes. No, we're doing great. Hey, I'm gonna go to the Matthew McConaughey part, and then we'll have a discussion. We'll have a spiritual discussion in the chat room. I'll be right there, baby.
Avoiding talking about his connection to Nudge. Scott Yancey in 2021 did the same thing with his video titled Scott Yancey Responds to Scams, where he tells people to avoid scams in the real estate market, but never mentions his own scandal.
Hey, Scott Yancey here. You may know me from my hit TV show Flipping Vegas, or maybe you've even seen some of the commercials advertising the free real estate events that I have.
Oh, this guy had his own reality TV show too. You see how the sinner works so hard? Even when I was talking to Steven about Logan Paul, when he did the Logan Paul call-out video, I'm like, Steven, you're working hard. Steven was like, I'm a one-project guy. I got 1 million people on my YouTube channel, and I want it to be good. And I'm a one project guy. And he goes, this Logan Paul psychopath, this sociopath Logan, he's doing what I do, which is a podcast, plus drink company, fucking Prime Drinks company, just other like photography series that he put out last year. The Polaroid one where he auctions the pictures. That's basically a legal scam. It's bullshit. The guy's just taking pictures, and he's like, yeah, I'll make fucking artistic pictures. He's just shooting pictures on a Polaroid and then selling them for like $500,000 each. Like tens of thousands of dollars for each picture. Anyway, it's fine. That's actually legal. It's actually it's technically art. It's technically art. So you got the Prime Drinks. You got the photo. You got the podcast, which is basically this. That's just one of the businesses. Then he's got the Prime Drinks. Then he's got wrestling, UFC. Can you imagine training for the UFC? It's insane. You got to do, like, he's on 6 projects. And so you see, the sinner is just, I don't know how it works, but they just get so much energy. But it's a dark energy I think they're running on. Because if you look at the scale of righteousness, let's take a look at this, because this is it really hurts my feelings when I see someone like Steven, who, really wants to pride himself on being hardworking. And then it's like he's got to look at this sociopath and be like, yeah, this guy's getting fucking way more done than me. Like he puts up with a banger video. He must think he's so righteous. And then he's like, but the work ethic, Logan Paul is doing 7 projects equal to your 1. And it's like, yeah, fucking, who has time to do 7 projects at a time? Elon Musk. 4 major projects at a time. Every book on like how to be successful in life, they say just do one thing. You're not doing 10 things. You can't get one thing done. Get one thing done, and then you can talk about this and that and the other thing, and God is great, and pull it all out of your ass. And yet the sinner seems to prosper. The sinner seems to prosper on 5 projects. 6 projects at a time. How is it possible? And I think what the scale of righteousness tells us is that if you're high in the scale of righteousness, if you're doing things out of the love for the game and that sort of thing, then you're basically getting, I think, out of one project, the love and the fulfillment that you need. You're doing God's work. You're raising the vibration. God is great. You're on one project. And the project is beautiful and delivering real value. But I think if you're living too far in negativity, right, you don't have 1 second to love yourself. I think those people are always on the run because all of their loving energy is just funneled off into like 4 or 5 projects, and they have to win or they're nothing. So they're going to fight and fight and fight and fight all day, every day. Whereas if you're not, and that's one of the benefits of being a sinner. One of the benefits of being low on righteousness is that the work ethic. I mean, I was talking to Steven about this. We're just like, even we're talking about Trump. It's like you look at Donald Trump, the guy is doing the most important work his goddamn self. Like, he's not the kind of guy, like you look at like a fake politician and they'll hire a 20-year-old and be like, can you manage the tweets? Why don't you talk to our publicist and you guys get together with a writing room and we'll get we can hire a couple of people, some speech writers, this, that. You guys get together and just, let's just block write 5,000 tweets for the next 4 months. And, as things are coming up, we'll have to deal with like real life shit. Trump is like, no, that's the thing that's the value that I'm providing. So if you look at Trump, he's up at 3, 4 in the morning in the middle of a debate with someone and he's hitting comebacks. You can say he's a psycho, like he's not, I'm not saying he's righteous. I'm actually saying he's low on righteousness, but his work ethic, it is so righteous. It is highest in the scale in righteousness. You know, because the world, actually, what a lot of people say, Alan Watts says this, and a lot of Hindus say this, because the world is a simulation made to test your ability of love, it's basically has opposite rules. So the sinner prospers. The sinner actually prospers here because it is a world of sin. It's a Kali Yuga. So they're prospering, and then you as a good person, you actually have disadvantages on you, I guess. But actually they're not. They look like disadvantages in the world's world. Because actually you don't need to do 6 projects. You just need to do one cool one, you know, that you really love. God is great. God will take care of you. And then you have a fulfilling life looking at children. Like, you know, there's a baby in our house last week, and it's just a little gift from God, isn't it? She's so cute. She's a little gift from God. I got to go to my Instagram. I'll post a couple more. It's too much. It's too much. The cuteness. And then she's crying. If I don't go downstairs, she's at the bottom of the stairs. She's like, ah! Like, she's like, you're not playing with me. Play with me. Sometimes she lies down on the ground and she like kicks on the ground. Like she's like kicking her feet. It's too much cuteness. It's something that if you're a psycho, though, you just go like, get that kid out of here. I don't have time for the kid. They got so many love blockers up that they can't take 2 minutes for a kid. For the cuteness to just do something, make a face at the kid, get a laugh. If you don't want to get just even a little laugh out of a kid, you're a sociopath. There's too many love blockers up. And you're blocking out that love, and you're saying, I gotta go, I gotta defeat my enemy. I don't have time for that, I gotta defeat my enemy. So, anyway, I just wanted to let you know that it is very common in this Kali Yuga, in this simulation we are in, that the sinner prospers. It's the whole thing's upside down. You know, and being righteous, you're going to get if you're righteous, I think you basically end up with a loving family because you do need that by the end. And we got to do more content on picking up girls and hollering at bitches here because, you know, it's not, you know, I think a good title and thumbnail will be like how I have sex in my 40s living in my mom's house and brown. That's going to be a viral hit. How I have sex. That's going to be a viral hit. In my 40s, in my mom's house. I'll give you a hint. She's deaf. Can't hear shit. I've had sex. I've hooked up with 2 girls here. My mom can't hear shit. She can't hear anything. So you just got to get it. I used to do this when I was not in high school, in university. I brought some girls back here. And you just get them up the stairs and that's it. Bing, bang, God is great. With the shoes. You got to bring the shoes up. You almost got to prep it. Maybe park the car around the corner too. It's fine. So there's that. These are valuable tips, I think. Especially going into an economy where even white people are going to live with their parents now. They have learned from our culture and they will also live with their parents. And so that, I think, is going to be a good, how I have sex in my 40s in my mom's house. And then just put brown at the end as the joke. Brown. Brown. And people... Is it as much as I deserve? I don't think so. How to stop being lonely. That was the one, right? Dealing with anger. Sophia, we got to get that dealing with anger. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with anger. Sophia Gibson, you know, she's got that wrench in the audience there. And I never saw her as a person that gets angry. But, you know, I hope I'm not calling you out there, Sophia. But, you know, I got a message from Sophia saying, can I request a sermon on anger? And I said, of course. But let's continue this.
I just got to tell you something. I'm really, really pissed off and disturbed about some things that are going on. There are so many scams around the real estate.
Oh my God. This is great. I went to the university, so I can tell you, these people, it's always like, don't sign up for the scams. It's almost like they got to do that as competition. Their friends are literally in the other program, teaching the other guy's class. You're teaching his class? Yeah, well, I'm going to tell everyone you're a scam. Or maybe they're just friends to each other face to face, like wrestling. And then when they go off, they're like, oh, I heard that's a scam. I don't know, I'd be careful with that. And then that guy could say it about him, and then, you know what I mean?
Business.
That video got such a backlash, he removed it and privated his entire YouTube channel. Since the lawsuit was settled, Scott had to pay a total of $450,000 for his promotion of Nudge. Now,
this background is phenomenal, and I feel like, and you know what it is with Steven, is that Steven works his ass off so hard, and I'm like, you know, I see Steven gets so mad when I say something like this, but I see this, and I'm like, you know, it's 80% there. That's why he's like, you're lazy. You're lazy. It's like, it's pretty much, he's got the same thing as you. Everyone's taking the look now. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's getting the look, but I think it's a good look. I think, look, it's not mine, it's not his, it is of the most high universal source. This is the look of detectives. And these are internet detectives fighting for righteousness. Undercover agents of righteousness, you could say. Undercover agents of righteousness is what these people are. And so for them to take on the film noir aesthetic actually makes perfect sense. It was ordained by God, you could say. But let's continue.
The company Nudge, who ran this program, and its creators, per the FTC settlement, have agreed to pay back $15 million to those who lost money, and more importantly, have been banned from ever selling money-making opportunities again. This is great news, but unfortunately for humanity, this clause banning selling money-making courses does not apply to Dean Graziosi.
Agents of Righteousness series. We got to do a review series of all Agents of Righteousness, and Scott Schaefer is a top agent of righteousness. Let's continue it.
Dean currently has many get-rich programs still available across the internet, and has recently partnered with esteemed actor Matthew Mcconaughey.
This is unacceptable, dude. You know, it's unacceptable, and I kind of disagree with Scott's interpretation here, you know, and we should get him on for a discussion on this, actually, because I actually have a difference of opinion with him on what the reason why Matthew McConaughey joined in. Let's watch it and we'll have a discussion.
Known for his iconic roles in Surfer Dude and his Oscar-worthy portrayal of himself in the Lincoln car commercials.
Righteous.
Matthew and Dean...
These jokes are righteous, because actually McConaughey has a history of cringe now going back a couple of years. He is getting cringy, and he needs us. Because he wants to be righteous. That's what I honestly think. McConaughey wants to be righteous. He just doesn't know. He got taken in by a scammer. And that's really my difference of opinion with him, and even with Steven all the time, is that they're seeing him as a sinner. So the jokes are righteous, but let's continue.
Up to launch a new self-help seminar titled The Art of Living, which costs $500 and gets you access to Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins' mastermind group for 3 months.
By the way, that mastermind group for 3 months, it's just another sales thing. So he's giving you 3 free months in his mastermind class, and the 3 months of you're going to do is brainwashing you to fucking buy the class after.
If you do so. Why Matthew McConaughey wants the stench of Dean Graziosi to sully his masterful film career that includes Fool's Gold and The Wedding Planner.
Ouchie, dude! Number 39 and number 43. He picks the 17%, 11%. Listen, these jokes are righteous.
Is beyond me. However, it shows the pull that Dean Graziosi has that he can convince Hollywood actors that make millions of dollars a year making movies to sell a self-help seminar. Matthew would not be creating this program that will undoubtedly tarnish his Hollywood name unless he knew he could rake in millions of dollars doing so.
See, I gotta disagree. I honestly think, and maybe this is the actor in me because I'm around the actors, and they do have, like, first of all, they are dumb and delusional, and they do have this sense of like, I am righteous. I want to speak out and I want to be righteous. All the actors have that. And the thing is that it's like so fake because all of their, like, they're basically like Democrats. You know what I mean? I mean, James Vanderbeek came out with a righteous video last week where he was saying, like, why isn't there a debate between RFK Jr. and Biden? And that's righteous of James Vanderbeek. Let's play that video actually after. It's already 10:50, Jesus. But we'll play that video because that is righteous of him. But mostly Hollywood actors, they're just into, like, they want to be righteous. They want to be the superhero that they are on the screen. But in real life, they just don't, I don't think they're mentally intelligent enough to take in all the information and to know. So they basically are like, how can I be righteous? How can I help the community? And then Dean Graziosi pops up. He's like, I'll make you rich. I'll get you this. I'll get you that. And McConaughey, I think he got suckered in. I think he got suckered in, brother. And I think if we let McConaughey know that, like, this guy's a con artist, brother. Please. I know inside of McConaughey, he is a righteous person. And if we just let him know that, like, what, is this what your money, $500, and this guy's probably taking like 60% of it, Dean Graziosi, 70% of it, or maybe it's based on like who gets the, it's probably just a really good cash grab for Matthew McConaughey because he's got the reach, and then a $500 class is like, you know, it's just like one tweet and like 500 people get it. It's a lot of money. But I don't think he needs to do it. And I think that he has been taken in and he thinks this guy's righteous when he's clearly a con artist. But let's go to the comments and let's see what the people in the community are saying. What's the community? Hey, community talking. Oh, wow. Whole community talking. Whole community is a talking. Talking.
Well, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Moxie says, hi, ha. Who are you guys talking about? Matthew McConaughey joining a scam, basically joining a pretty well-known con artist, allegedly, in my opinion. We think the guy's a con artist. And he has been called out by several agents of righteousness in the YouTube community. You know, because that's the problem with like the Hollywood people, though, I think, is that they are dumb and they're kind of shallow. And I know if Matthew McConaughey hears this, he's going to be like, what was I thinking? I should be righteous and I should distance myself from this con artist, this weirdo. But let me just say to the community,
well, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
We are just a little buttercup. So Sophia Gibson says, lol, nah, I don't feel called out. It's really repressed anger, to be honest, and very specific with the source. Interesting. Yes, of course. I think people, dark men. If you were a ginger, it would be better clickbait. Okay. When is the Summer Patel convention? Jackknife says the Summer buddy, they have begun. Rewind the can't. LOL the shoes. Oh the TMI. Lol the shoes. Where's the shoes? Why get married? EM says why not get married? Yeah, okay, why not get married? Sorry. Jackknife says Amisha's mom is deaf. Pretty much. And you know what I could put in the video is that I can just pretend that she's my tenant. I can just pretend she's my tenant. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, how I have sex in my 40s in my mom's house, brown. And that I think is going to be a big one because people are going to be like, despite all this, still, how can you have sex? And they'll say his technique must be most powerful. Nabil, how you doing? Richard Matthews says loving kindness. Well, guess what, everybody?
Yeah, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Thanks for coming, everyone. Jack, Nabil says take my money. Hey, we'll take it, baby, we'll take it. Holy shit, it's 10:52, and I think we did. I did all the pontifications I wanted to do on that. I did all of my pontifications on that. Yeah, I just think. Listen, Matthew McConaughey, let's give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that he's righteous, because we don't know. We don't know what's in his heart, and maybe he's just a Hollywood dum-dum. You know, and when you're that beautiful, I mean, you'd be an idiot too, wouldn't you? I've seen guys who we were on a similar trajectory of mental development, and when we were like 15, 16, girls started having sex with them. They were gone after that. Nobody had sex with me, so my brain developed. And now I can talk, I can do things, I can write, I can do complex work, complex tasks, like writing scripts. You know, I can do that. Whereas some of these dum-dums, people started having sex with them when they're 15. The mental development is finished. It is finished. All mental development is in garbage. And they are so dumb and just so unable to do things. You know, if you told them to do something like programming, they'd just be like, hey, I don't know, pal. It's too deep for them. So, you know, I think what we're doing is great, though. We are here, the agents of righteousness, which I consider myself to be one of. And that's why we have a Church of Loving Kindness. That's why we have a digital ashram located on an electron cloud in your heart. And, you know, all of your comments, all of your likes, all of your subscribes, they are helping build this ashram. And we are building an ashram here, a Church of Loving Kindness, a place where we can talk about righteousness and bring on agents of righteousness. We're building it up, and so I do thank you for coming in. This is like, I don't even know how many days going live, but we've done a lot of live days. So thanks for coming in. And if you want to attend my loving kindness meditation, there should be a link in the bottom. Also, my Instagram link should be in the bottom too. Make sure you check that out. And yeah, no, like I said, thanks for coming. You are loved, and I'm gonna call it a day. Actually, I mean, we have 7 minutes left. There are a couple of little videos I did want to show you. Hold on a second. What was the video? Well, let's play a song first. And make sure you guys are talking amongst yourselves too. Don't just talk to me. Talk to each other. I feel like some of you are talking to each other. Let's listen to Finest Like by Noir A. Blanc V from the YouTube Creator Library. And you're listening to the Drip, 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 Rip and Dip live on YouTube. Yeah, we got to go more spiritual scammers because there's so many. Spiritual scammers, agents of righteousness. That's what it is. It's like that's what we got to have. We got to sharpen our focus on this. Spiritual scammers, agents of righteousness. It's crazy how the true righteousness is not with the people who have the official markings. The priest, the politician, the police even. But these YouTube independent agents of righteousness, they earn their righteousness badge video by video. And so, of course, the last CoffeeZilla video, most righteous. And of course, Scott Schaefer is also very righteous in his commentary. Most righteous in the commentary. So, yeah. And if anyone knows Matthew Mcconaughey, send him, let him know. Send him the video with the time code and say, hey, Matthew, you're making a mistake here with Dean Graziosi. You're making a mistake here. It's not right. I know you want to be righteous. I know you are righteous in your heart. It's not righteous what this guy's doing. And you probably just didn't look into it enough. And you're selling a get-rich-quick scheme. And it's bad for the children. It's bad for the boys. It's not going to help them. They're going to go $5,000, $10,000 in debt. And they're going to feel like idiots after. And God forbid, then they're going to start selling it to their friends. It's not righteous. It's not righteous. Thanks for coming in, everybody. I think that was a beautiful message of love. And was I supposed to do other topics today? I think there was another topic. But it's 10:57. There's 4 minutes left in this episode, so no. Have a good day, everyone, and don't be afraid to speak up be an agent of righteousness in your life. We should all be agents of righteousness. We should, it is our natural karmas. You know what I mean? It's like when you go in a room and there's a little baby and they need help with something. Nobody needed to teach you that you have to, if the baby needs help, you help the baby. Nobody had to teach you that. It's innate. Righteousness is innate. It's basically like a high vibration energy channeling through and operating through you. Doing God's work, So make sure you're being righteous because, and remember that it is its own reward. Being righteous is its own reward. Letting people know that, like, hey, watch out for this. It's a get rich quick. He's selling you a bunch of hoopla, doing a little brainwash. They got powerful brainwash tactics, and they're trying to get you, and they're trying to get your money. Ah, that's so bad that Matthew McConaughey joined it. Come on, guys. What are we doing, right? What are we doing? We're not meant to fight. We're meant to love. We're meant to love. Oh, wait a minute. It's only 11. Oh, we got to do another topic. Let me read some comments. Natasha Glam says, hey, Justin, a sermon on Pokemon. I'm sold. Oh, yeah, let's do the Pokemon sermon. I got it right here. Let's call out this guy who's obviously not righteous. I want to play the original one, actually. This is from Babylon B. I got it. How old is this sermon? Okay, let's watch it. Welcome to God Talk, y'all.
And I found out that Pokemon means pocket monster. Pokemon is...
It's true.
Pokemon plural, are incredible creatures that share the world
plural
with
right.
humans. Why should they carry these monsters in their pocket? They say the whole effort is to train children how to become the #1 Pokemon master in the world. Pokemon World is a world of the demonic that teaches children how to enter into the world of witchcraft, how to use psychic.
I love the shot.
Just like
How to
The lady in the
supernatural
audience just
powers
nodding
against
along.
their enemies. Your children need to know there's a devil, and he
Satan
hates
is
them, and he wants to
Jigglypuff.
ruin their life. There was even a couple of reports where children had been stabbed by other children over Pokemon cards. Our kids are going out in gangs on the streets, and they're so used to killing each other.
oh, he's got that quiver. You hear that quiver? Our children are going out. That's something I need to work on. Listen, if you guys want to work in, you know, public speaking, it's I mean, I'll never do it myself. I could never do it. But I think it's a funny bit. You know what I mean? I definitely want to do it in stand-up where I make it sound like I'm crying and then it's just a joke. Like the dead sister bit, like the dead sister sales technique. That's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to have the quiver on it. Our children. Our children.
Killing each other in their fantasy games and on their video screens and blowing each other away and blowing each other up. That when they walk down the streets and they pull out their 45 and they pump some gun full of bullets, they kind of think in the back of their mind, well, they're just gonna, we'll turn off the machine and they'll get up and they'll be there tomorrow and I'll shoot them again. But they're so into this make-believe they can't distinguish between fantasy and real.
Was Pokemon?
Wow.
Pokemon, plural. I said, son, what is that one morning? He said, that's Pokemon. Son, I found out that Pokemon means pocket monster. But why should they carry these monsters in their pocket?
Oh my god.
Pokemon
Sorry, guys.
World is a world of the
I'm so
demonic.
bad.
They say it's just a game.
Oh my god. Did you guys hear that at least?
And now,
Let's play it again.
By other children over Pokemon. The devil, and he hates a couple of reports where children had been stabbed by other children over Pokemon cards. Our kids are going out in gangs on the streets, and they're so used to killing each other in their fantasy games and on their video screens and blowing each other away and blowing each other up. That when they walk down the streets and they pull out their 45 and they pump some friend full of bullets, they kind of think in the back of their mind, well, they're just gonna, we'll turn off the machine and they'll get up and they'll be there tomorrow and I'll shoot them again. But they're so into this make-believe they can't distinguish between fantasy and real.
Was Pokemon big for you? Oh yeah, we stabbed kids all the time.
Yeah, you shot kids.
These children are killing one another.
Pokemon, plural. I said, son,
Pokemon.
what is that one morning? He said, that's Pokemon. Son, I found out that Pokemon means pocket monster. But why should they carry these monsters in their pocket? Pokemon World is a world of the demonic. They say,
Wow, look at Nechama Gluck is like, it was basically a giant worldwide experiment on human behavior. Okay, Nechama. You're on his side, aren't you? That's fine.
it's just a game. It's just a game. Well, they can't say. Our kids are going out on the streets in gangs. I assure you that preacher wants to ruin your brains. It's just a game. It's just a game. Well, they can't get saved. They can't go. When they play Pokemon today. Pokemon power. Pokemon witchcraft. Pokemon power. Fantasy roleplay. Pokemon power. Pokemon wants to ruin their life today. Pokemon power. Pokemon demons. Pokemon power. They glow in the bulb. Pokemon power. Children might be stabbed, might be blowing away today. Pokemon power. Pokemon power.
This is actually a great ad for Pokemon. It makes me think, like, what a great company. Dude, the fact that they got everyone doing it, it was like, dude, that's pretty banger. Like, that's just so creative and original what they did. It's such a creative, original thing. I mean, Nechama thinks that it's some kind of conspiracy, obviously. Nechama's on his team. But it was, like, a phenomenon. Never got into it myself. But I was like, you know what? Respect. There's definitely some good lines there. Hold on.
Train spirit in the dark room. They say it's just a game. Well, they can't get saved. Our kids are going out on the streets and gangs, I assure you.
You know, that's the problem with being too deep in the religious organization. You know, we're going to review a lot of Hindus too. I'm not here attacking the Christians or anything. I'm not here attacking the Christians or anything. We're gonna review. We got a lot of gurus to review on Guru Review. Guru Review. And in the end, we say, are they a spiritual scammer or spiritual sinner doing spiritual scams, or an agent of righteousness? By the end of every Guru Review, we're going to say whether or not it's an agent of righteousness or a spiritual scam sinner. And in this case, I'm going to have to say that this guy, I think he's a sinner. I think this pastor is a sinner. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's a bit of a grift. You know, you're scaring people. You're using fear and negativities. And that's low on the vibration. You know that's low on the vibration. Let's songify this.
Certified this.
Wow, sounds so Kanye. That's fantastic. That's great work, people. Doing powerful karmas over here. Pokemon Power with Songify This. What song? I gotta figure out what Songify This is. But I'm gonna have to give him sorry, but it's gonna be a pretty low rating. Now, look, there is no evil, only ignorance. You know that I've told you that before, and I do believe it. I've told you that before, and I do believe it. So actually, on the bottom end of this, it's not. This is ignorance. This is ignorance because the brain is blocking out love. It's blocking out at every moment. There's 1,000 kilojoules of love coming in all directions. And if you're living in fear and negativity, you're blocking out love. And it's an illusion. And the fact that this guy has taken Pokemon and added so much fear to it, added so much negativity, that he wants to create strife in the society and tell everyone that, like, you have to be afraid of this. This will destroy the whole culture, the whole community. The children will be lost. The children, they shoot each other. You know, and what makes him actually, I'm going to say he's a double sinner now, because what makes him a sinner is that if he was righteous, if the pastor we talked about today was righteous, he would say something about the gun problem in America. Sorry! Gun nuts in the crowd. Nachama. You know, maybe you don't like that. You know, maybe you think you want to tote the guns, but it's crazy that he said there's a problem of guns in America. Imagine you're giving a sermon and you go, there's a problem with guns in America. There's a problem with guns in America. Too many young men are killing each other. Too many young men are killing each other on our streets. There's a problem. And what's the root of the problem? Is it gun, laws? Is it the fact that the NRA has taken over your government and gives billions of dollars of money to both sides of you know what I mean? And you have a political system that takes bribery from people? Is that a sin? Sir, who claims to be an expert on sinners, how come you don't see that sinner? Because he's blocking out all the information, really. He's a low in vibration. He's actually blocking out the real data. And now he thinks it's the Pokemon. It's because they're on Pokemon, they shoot each other in the Pokemon, then the Pokemon comes back to life. So what does that young man think? He thinks he's going to go out and shoot his friend. Friend's not going to wake up the next day. That's basically what this guy's doing. Let's go to the comments. Actually, I see some good comments in there. Well, first of all, we have to honor Nachama Gluck. Nachama, guess what, pal? Nachama, I said, guess what, pal? You're just a little buttercup. Just a little buttercup. Thank you for that. $9, holy shit, in the USD, in the most powerful currency. Hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, but maybe not for long, actually, because the BRICS are attacking. The BRICS people are attacking, and it is scary, but it's fine. We will survive. It is Kali Yuga, so now is the time for all kinds of suffering to come. So maybe the BRICS is going to create, disorder in the world. But thank you for the $9. Right now, the USD is very helpful to us. And building this beautiful ashram, this church of loving kindness, we need American dollars. But all dollars will be accepted, and I'll figure out how to do that donation thing. But we also have a Patreon. We have patreon.com/loveoracle, patreon.com/loveoracle, and meetup.com/loveoracle. Both of those are in the comment section. If you want to support the show, then give to the Love Oracle. And I will keep delivering these messages of love. Morten Bruning Hoy, I thought this was actually very, very sweet, and obviously a sign of synchronicity and God meddling in our affairs and raising our loving kindnesses with each other. Morten Bruning Hay says, Sophia Gibson, you have the same name as my daughter. Oh my goodness. Even the same spelling. Oh my God. Here in Denmark, it's spelled Sophia, but to be special, we chose the spelling Sophia Hay. We have strict name laws. Wow, Morten. Well, this is clearly a sign from God. This is clearly a sign that we were all meant to come together and love each other. And that's what we're doing right here in the congregation. Chirag Yadav says, so am I supposed to love these monsters, which I can put away in my pocket like a gun? Yeah. Yeah, I think you are supposed... I mean, look, you don't have to love them, but don't hate them. You know what I mean? You could not play Pokemon. I'm not promoting Pokemon here, people. I'm not promoting Pokemon here. But what I will promote is the fact that it's 11/11 and the angel energies are coming in, and that is it for our show, people. That is it. Tune in tomorrow. We got a very powerful service planned for tomorrow. A lot of great talk. We got to go back political. We got to go check out CB Applejack's Twitter page tomorrow, because he's got some powerful sermons on there that we want to read, and he's doing some righteous rips over there on Twitter, speaking truth to power, telling people in the community who is righteous and who's a sinner, right out in the open for everyone to see. And for that, he has been banned before, CEB Applejack. So make sure you follow CEB Applejack, become acquainted with his tweets and his level of righteousness. And tomorrow we're going to be looking at his Twitter page, because it's just full of powerful videos. It's just full of powerful, short, great videos that we can watch, and we can do some real commentary on who is righteous and who is a sinner today in this society. Thanks for watching, everybody. You are loved. Follow me on Instagram, and then I can make sure that you're getting... And then you'll know where I'm performing live next, because I have a bunch of live shows coming up in Toronto, but it's a lot. And, if you go to my Instagram, @FadeToBrown, you'll see it all there. And then you'll also see where I'm partying, because I think I'm going to go to Electric Island again. It was the most high vibration the last time I went. It was incredible. And so I think I'm going to be going back to that. But this weekend, I'm going to this gin party downtown Toronto. So if you guys are in Toronto, holler at your boy. Would love to see you. But that's it for today, people. I'll be back tomorrow. Bhagwan loves you. Bhagwan loves you.